Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a bit of a follow-up video to something I filmed way back at the beginning of 2018. I actually was just reminded about this by Samantha March. I watch her videos religiously. She is such a sweet and amazing person. If you're not watching her videos, I will link her channel for you guys in the description box. Go check it out. I'm pretty sure I got the original idea for this video, the one that I did back in the springtime, from Samantha, but essentially I did a video way back when talking about 8 brands that I wanted to try in 2018, and today we're gonna be doing a little bit of a follow-up to that. So I did not try all 8 brands this year. There were 3 brands from that original list that I did not end up purchasing anything from, and I do have my reasons for that, so we're going to chat a little bit more about that in a moment. But 5 of the brands I said I wanted to try in 2018, I did in fact make purchases from, and then there are an additional 3 other brands basically that I ended up trying instead of the 3 that I didn't, so I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on those with you as well. But before we get into it, I do want to say hello and welcome to any of you who are new here to my channel. My name is Lauren. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and chatting about all things beauty. I hope you will consider clicking the subscribe button before you go. That way I will show up in your subscription feed. You'll be able to watch more of my videos. I have so much content planned for December. I was sitting down the other night making my list, and I have at least like 12 videos planned that I still need to film. So exciting things are coming your way if you're subscribed. So with all that being said, let's get into the new brands I did or didn't try in 2018. So first, why don't we get the 3 brands that I didn't end up trying out of the way. So the first brand that I thought I wanted to try and then it didn't end up making a purchase from was The Ordinary. Now, back at the beginning of 2018, The Ordinary was new to Sephora. It was very exciting. A lot of people rave about their products because they apparently have some excellent skincare that's super cheap. So there ended up being like 2 main reasons why I decided not to try anything from The Ordinary. The first is that skincare is something that's way more time consuming to review for me than makeup. I have to use a product for weeks and weeks on end before I can decide whether or not it's something I want to recommend to you guys. And to be honest, there wasn't anything from The Ordinary that specifically called to me so much that I was like, yes, I want to try this out. So I would have had to kind of like pick some products at random, incorporate them into my skincare routine, and I honestly had a lot of other new skincare things I bought, things in PR that I was more excited about, that kind of took up all of my energy. It never really felt like there was a good time this year for me to work The Ordinary products into my skincare routine. But the second, and probably honestly the bigger deterrent for me, was that The Ordinary had some crazy drama this year. There was, I don't even know what was going on with the brand owner. He was posting some crazy things all over Instagram. I don't know if Sephora still is even carrying their products anymore. I honestly haven't even looked to check. But I kind of just felt like whenever I see a brand get in a lot of hot water, I kind of just distance myself from it a little bit. I don't really like getting in the mix of all of that. So since I wasn't like dying to try a specific product from the brand, I said, you know what? Never mind. I really don't need anything from The Ordinary. I got tons of skincare. We're good. The second brand that I did not try that I thought I might want to try this year is Glossier. Now, I actually ended up talking about this over the summer. I did a collab video with my friend Maria, whose channel is Agape Love Girl, and we talked about brands that just don't interest me. And I talked about Glossier in that video. And the thing is, at the beginning of this year, I was kind of in this place. So many people hyped up Glossier products that I was kind of curious to try it out. But then as the year went on and I got a little more real with myself, I realized I just don't think Glossier is my vibe. I have very oily skin. A lot of their products are very hydrating and dewy, so I don't think many of them would last on my face or they'd make me look really greasy. And there just wasn't anything from the brand that intrigued me enough to like go out of my way to place an order. The cloud paints perhaps are the only thing I've been actually really curious about, but now Flower Beauty has released essentially like a dupe for the cloud paints, and they're much more affordable. So I think if I was going to try a cream blush like that, I probably would just buy the Flower one. And the third brand was Colored Rain. Now, I do still think I would like to try something from Colored Rain at some point in the future. Honestly, what I think it came down to was that In the beginning of the year, their Queen of Hearts palette, I think that's what it was called, was something I was interested in. But then with all of the warm tone palettes that have been released this year, I think I just ended up with so much in my collection that I didn't really feel the pull towards purchasing it anymore, because I can easily dupe all of those shades now with other things in my collection. And there haven't been any other Colored Rain launches that have really spoken to me. So I am still curious about the formula. I think the brand might be carried at Target or select Targets now, which is really cool, making it, a little bit more accessible, since previous to that you could only buy their products online from their store. But at the present moment, there's not anything from the brand that's making me like, yes, I need to go out and buy that right now. But then there were the brands that I said I wanted to try that I did actually make purchases from. And to be honest, I have been happy with all 5 of them. I really have been enjoying a lot of these brands this year, and I'm really glad that I decided to make these purchases. So the first brand was Ren Skincare. Now, I still have only purchased 1 product from Ren. I definitely would love to try more from the brand in 2019, but this was the product I was most curious about because my friend Stephanie from Brighter Darling, she raved about this, and we both have oily skin, so I needed to try it, and this stuff is pretty legit, even though it's very expensive. It is the Perfect Canvas Silicone-Free Skin Finishing Serum. This is a primer. You would wear it underneath your foundation, and it's got a really interesting texture. It's almost like a clear liquid that goes on at first very sticky, but then dries down completely matte, and it really does help to control shine. It helps your foundation to go on smoothly. It's $52, so that kind of hurts my soul a little bit, but it has very clean ingredients, and the fact that it's also silicone-free is awesome. I think if you're prone to clogged pores and breakouts, using a silicone-free primer really may help your skin, because sometimes those silicones, they can be a little bit heavy, they can clog up your pores, they're not really the best, I think. So if you're looking for something oil controlling that doesn't have silicone, this is pretty awesome. The second brand that I tried out this year is Catrice, and I actually made my first purchase at the very, very beginning of 2018. So I've had these products for a while, and actually a few of them I don't even have anymore, like the mascara I've used and long since decluttered. The Rock Couture one was, I think, the one I picked up, and that one was really, really good. I haven't needed to repurchase a mascara in a while because subscription boxes have been stocking me up for quite a bit, but I definitely would repurchase that one if I needed to in the future. But overall, I have to say Catrice has some excellent makeup, and their price point is really affordable. They, to me, are like a true drugstore price brand. You can actually find products for under $5, under $10. So in addition to the mascara, I also tried their Prime and Fine Pore Refining Anti-Shine Base. I tried their mattifying powder. Both of these were nice. I think I like the powder better than the primer. This isn't bad, but I don't think it was quite as shine controlling as I would have loved it to be. But the powder is really nice, especially for touch-ups. I also had their setting spray. I might have decluttered that because I just had setting spray overload, but that one was pretty good. The multi-talent fixing one. I don't even know if they make these anymore, but the liquid metal eyeshadows, this is so beautiful. Let me swatch this for you guys. It's a really pretty gold. These are like $5, maybe less than that. But they just give a really beautiful shine to the eyes. If you want to just pop this on your lid, it's super smooth and super creamy. Really, really beautiful. So I will definitely continue to have Catrice on my radar. They're sold at Ulta, so hopefully in 2019 they'll have some fun new launches. I also really want to try their foundation. They have a foundation in a little dropper bottle that's supposed to be a dupe of the Fenty foundation. So that is something I definitely would like to try next year. While we're talking about drugstore brands you can find at Ulta, the third brand I said I wanted to try this year that I made a purchase from was Flower Beauty. I have to say, all of the hype around Flower, 100% deserved. Now, I haven't tried a ton from the brand yet. I've mainly tried their lip products and their new glitter eyeshadows, but I love them. They are so good, and the price point, again, very, very reasonable. So their Miracle Matte Liquid Lipstick formula, this is so good. It's very long wearing, but it's not overly drying on the lips. It doesn't flake off and get kind of crackly and gross. It's really nice, and the color selection, it's a little less bold and daring, but if you're looking for something that you can actually wear to work, there are tons of really pretty pinks and nudes and berries, so I feel like you can easily find an everyday everyday shade from them that will suit you. I also grabbed one of their bullet lipsticks. I got the shade Spiced Petal on the recommendation of Tarte. I was watching her declutter video of her nude lipsticks, and this is one of the shades that she could not bear to part with, and I understand. It's a freaking beautiful nude. This is like a cream lipstick, which honestly I've been wearing a lot more creams than I have mattes this fall and winter. But like, just look at this color. Is that not like the perfect everyday nude? I think it's absolutely stunning. Again, it holds up pretty well. Like, it's a creamy lipstick, so it's gonna come off if you're eating or drinking. Like, it's not transfer proof, but it doesn't disappear after 2 seconds, and it doesn't bleed and feather and smudge around. It's really nice. And then the last thing that I tried from them are their Warrior Glitter eyeshadows. I happened to stumble upon these one day when I was looking through the new arrivals section of the Ulta website, and I couldn't resist because they looked like amazing dupes for the Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadows. And honestly, they're probably one of the closest things I've found from the drugstore. But if anything, they have almost like a more pigmented base and some really cool colors. Like this one here, this is called Camo. It's the most gorgeous green. I did some really pretty looks with this like back in the summertime. But this is kind of like a metallic liquid shadow with glitter running through it, and the sparkle really shines when it's dry. Like while it's wet, it has more of that metallic sheen, but once it completely dries down, I feel like the glitter really pops. I also got this shade here, which is called Blade. This is a really pretty like rose gold with like silver and multicolor glitters in it. And then this one's called Bullet, which I think Bullet might actually be my favorite. It's kind of like a taupey color with gold glitter. Really pretty for like a smoky eye or something like that. So these are the Warrior glitters. Really, really awesome. Would definitely recommend them. And yeah, overall, I've been very happy with Flower. They have a lot of products I would still love to try, like their highlighters. They have some new like primers and other really cool things. Honestly, I've just been on such a makeup overload lately. I've been trying not to buy too much new because I'm still trying to get through what I have on hand. So we'll see. I'm sure there will be more to come from Flower in 2019 that I will end up getting my hands on. Brand number 4 that I said I was going to try and did in fact buy some things from was the Beauty Crop. Now they are an online beauty brand. They use all kinds of like more natural ingredients in their products. They're a little bit cleaner than your average beauty brand. They're also cruelty free, and their price point is very reasonable. It's like a little bit more than drugstore, but definitely a lot less than your average Sephora brand. Now, I actually ended up becoming an affiliate for the Beauty Crop, so I have a discount code. I believe it's LITTLEBLUSHINGBIRDIE, but the information is always in my description box of all my videos if you ever want to use it and save, I think it's 10% on your order. But yeah, I obviously liked the brand enough to become an affiliate for them. I've purchased pretty much almost literally every single thing that they make to try out. I don't love all of it, but there's a lot that's pretty good. Most recently, I got their Espresso Yourself eyeshadow palette. I did quite a few looks on my Instagram with this. It's a really cute little, like, very neutral palette, very basic. I like the shiny rose gold packaging, totally my jam. The pans in here are really pretty tiny, but you can get your eyeshadow brush in here. It's not, like, difficult to work with, and you get a ton of shade variety. I feel like this would be the perfect palette for just, like, everyday neutral basic looks. If you're not the kind of person that loves a lot of color and glam, you just want something simple, but you don't want, like, the same boring 5 shades every day, this may really speak to you. I've definitely created some seriously cool tone looks, some more warm tone looks with it. It actually does have a lot of variety. So I think this retails for less than $30, which really isn't bad. And they have so many awesome sales. Like they just had 50% off for Cyber Monday. And then you can add the coupon code on top of that. So, I mean, that would make this like $12. You can't beat it. But I think the best thing that they do are their lip products. They have a lot of really nice lip formulations. I really like their smoothie sticks. These are very creamy, very, very light on the lips. They're not really sheer. They're more like of a buildable level of pigmentation. Like this one here, this is Saucy Marsala. It's a really pretty fall shade. So like it definitely shows up on your lips. It's not like a sheer balm, but some of your natural lip color does kind of show through. It's not like completely opaque. So if if you like, again, that kind of more natural lip formula, you may really like these. If you want like the full opacity, their matte liquid lipsticks really are like fully matte, fully opaque. They are a little bit drying though, in my opinion. Like, they're not my absolute favorite formula, but if you want like a budge-proof liquid lipstick that's not gonna go anywhere all day, their Girl Power liquid lipsticks are really nice, and also the packaging, oh my god, so cute. And then the last lip formula they have are their lip brulees. These are kind of like a cross between a lip gloss and a liquid lipstick, so they have a shine to them, but they're not gloppy at all. They're quite moisturizing and a little bit thin on the lips. Like, they don't have that thick like lip gloss texture that you might expect. They're a little bit more thin, almost like a lip oil kind of texture, but they're fully opaque. They're not sheer transparent at all like a gloss. So if you want something glossy, if you want something balmy, or if you want something matte, you got all your options. And then the fifth and final brand that I did go ahead and make a purchase from was Fenty Beauty. Now, I like barely squeaked by with this one because I just picked these products up a couple of weeks ago during the Sephora VIB sale, so I almost didn't make it, but it's still 2018. It still counts, and hopefully next year I'll be able to explore more from the brand. I didn't pick up that much, but I did get a couple of products that are sort of like cult favorites from the line. They have this little gift set that's $22 that has minis of one of the Kilowatt Freestyle highlighters and the Gloss Bomb. This is something I had my eye on for, like, I don't know, the last 6 months. It's been sitting in my shopping cart, and I finally made the purchase. This is a really beautiful gloss. It definitely is a more thick gel-like texture. If you don't like the feeling of lip gloss, this probably is not going to be for you. But I love the color. It's like a very wearable sort of nudie pink shade. It's supposed to be universally flattering, and honestly, I do believe that it would be. Like, it doesn't have a lot of pigmentation to it. It's kind of like a Your Lips But Better shade, but really would work with literally any lip color. Oh, and it smells like fruity candy. It's delicious. The highlighter is also really beautiful. This particular shade is Hustla Baby, which is kind of like a peach gold duochrome situation. It's really stunning, but honestly is probably not super unique. I have a million highlighters, and on the skin, I feel like this looks very similar to some of my Becca and Ofra highlighters, but it's still really pretty. I'm glad that I have it in a mini size because I really don't need the full size. But then I did go ahead and buy this guy, which I don't know if I was crazy when I did this, but this is the new Diamond Bomb highlighter in the shade How Many Carats, and I think this was a special release for Fenty Beauty's first birthday. And the thing about this, and the reason why I justified the price, well, A, I had a gift card, so that helped, but B, this is definitely a more unique highlighter. It's very, very different from anything else I have, and probably will be different from anything else I will continue to own basically ever. This is really more of like a glitter. It's like a very, very fine, sheer, iridescent-y silver sparkle. I don't know how much I would wear this actually like on my face, but I feel like as a body highlight or even just all over your eyes, it's so beautiful. And with the holiday season coming, I don't know, I just thought it was kind of a unique and interesting product, something that was different. The packaging is A+, out of this world, stunning. So, I mean, is it really worth the amount of money? I think it's, again, like $38, which is insane. No, you don't like need to spend $38 on this product. I had the gift card. I wanted to treat myself. I wanted to try Fenty, and so many people had raved about it, so I had to have it. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, there are 3 other brands that were completely new to me this year that I did try, that I have been absolutely loving, that I feel like kind of took the place of the 3 brands that I didn't try this year. So there really are a total of 8 new brands that I have tried in 2018 that I'm pretty excited about. So the first of those brands was Catrice. Now, Catrice was something that I had kind of seen pop up on the internet, on Facebook, and different advertisements, and my friend Brittany, for Christmas last year, got me their Unicorn Dreams palette as a gift. Now, I honestly don't think she ended up giving it to me, technically, until January, or very, very end of December, so I really count that, like, my first Catrice experience as being in this year, because it was barely even in 2017 at all. if it was. So I used that palette, I took some pictures of it, and the brand happened to notice. They added me to their PR list, which has been awesome. So over the course of 2018, I've had a chance to try basically all of their new launches, which has been awesome. Their newest eyeshadow palette release is this guy, the Picante palette, which I have shown you here before. I did a look with it, I think about a month or so ago. This is like your quintessential fall palette. It has your mustardy yellows and your oranges and your coppers and your berries. Very, very pretty, really great for this time of year, and the quality of these shadows is definitely pretty decent. The mattes are very blendable and easy to work with. I feel like the metallics definitely perform best with Catrice shadows if you foil them. Like if you use a wet brush or you layer them over a glitter glue, they'll really, really pop. On their own with a brush, I feel like they can be just like a little bit sheer, but for the price, not bad. I think this guy is $30, maybe less than that. I feel like they often have deals too, so you can probably get this for under $30, I'm sure. I also honestly have been super impressed with this guy. This is their mattes palette. It is a essentially matte rainbow. If you like colorful shades and you want to like add some really intense pops, but you don't want everything to be shimmery, like maybe you want to do more blending, this right here is a dream. I actually did my friend's makeup for Halloween. She was like a devil kind of demon thing, and we had some fun playing with this palette. It came in super handy. And honestly, I think I'm going to be decluttering my Morphe 35B palette in lieu of this guy because I honestly think I like this formula better. But yeah, Catrice has a lot of cool stuff. Their blush bombs, these are new this year. I really enjoyed these. They're like a little trio that have 2 blushes and a highlight. They have 4 different shade variety of these, which I've been enjoying. They released liquid lipsticks, which are decent, a little bit drying, but not like the worst I've ever seen. And they're pretty long wearing. Like as long as you don't eat something oily, they do not budge. Their brow goals, this was again another new launch this year. This is really cool. It's like a 3-part brow pencil. It has a spoolie, a pencil, and then like a brow powder in it. These are really nice, actually. I use this fairly often to do my eyebrows and have enjoyed it a bunch. And then they have brushes, and this is, I think, like the dark horse of the whole Catrice family. They usually send like a brush or 2 in every one of their PR packages, so I've kind of amassed a nice little collection of them, and they're really good. They're very affordable, like $4 or $5 a piece for the eye brushes, and definitely under $10 for the face brushes. Every single one has been so soft, so easy to work with. They wash really well. I honestly, again, I think I like them more than I like Morphe, having tried them both. I'm not an affiliate for either of them, so I have nothing to win or lose. Either way, I just personally have been really enjoying Catrice. And then there's Sigma Beauty, which honestly is kind of weird to think about the fact that I only tried Sigma for the first time in 2018. It's like, you know, when you're in a relationship with someone and things are going really well, you feel like you've been with them forever, even if it's only been a year. That's how I feel about Sigma. Their brushes are so good, and so many people that I trust have raved about them on and on and on for years. I was so thankful when the brand reached out to me and offered to send me some to try, because I don't know what was wrong with me. It's like so many people recommended them, but they are kind of expensive. I can be kind of cheap, and I was afraid to spend the money. And honestly, once they sent me that first PR package, I've made like 3 orders from their website because now I'm a believer. I'm hooked. They're so soft, and honestly, I think what it comes down to is the cuts and the shapes of their brushes. Like, you really don't understand what a good makeup brush feels like to use until you've used one, because just the way they blend and move product on your face is so much nicer and so much more precise than when you're using a brush that's not cut like just quite as well. So I highly recommend these guys. I'm working on like an ultimate guide to makeup brushes that I'm going to be posting on my blog, hopefully in the near future, kind of like giving a comprehensive overview of all the different brush brands, both high-end and sort of more affordable prices that I love, my favorite brushes from each line, what I think you need in like a starter brush kit, all that kind of good stuff. So definitely stay tuned. I'll let you guys know when that's live if you want to check it out. And the 8th and final brand that I tried in 2018 is Persona Cosmetics. I freaking love Persona Cosmetics. I am so glad that I bought this palette. This is the Identity palette. It was like the first product they ever released, and I picked this up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale back in the springtime. It was only $16. I had heard really good things, and I basically thought like, why not give it a whirl? Yes, I have a million neutral eyeshadow palettes, but maybe it will be better than the ones that I already own. And guess what? It is. I use these matte shades so often. They're just such a beautiful buttery texture. They blend out super easily. They build up really nicely. It's just, this is a great, again, everyday eyeshadow palette. I use it all the time. The metallic-y kind of like satiny shades in here are so stunning. They have a really foiled, very buttery texture to them, and they just glide on so pigmented. Just like, look at that. Look at that shine. Amazing. So this really started the love affair, and then I went on to purchase their Cali Glow highlighter, which is basically almost like the same formula as their metallic eyeshadows. It's also super buttery, pigmented, blinding, shiny, beautiful. And then I also got one of their liquid lipsticks. This one is the shade Holy Grail. As per right now, there are only 3 shades of this liquid lipstick available: a nude, a pink, and this one. And I honestly think this is going to be like my go-to red lip for this holiday season, because it makes your lips look so gorgeous. Like, it's very pigmented, it's long wearing, it doesn't transfer. Even though it's not drying feeling, it's not very like whipped. Like, there are some very comfortable liquid lipsticks that never completely dry down and they get everywhere if you're eating or drinking. This one really settles in. It does not go anywhere. But something about the formula, it actually like smooths the texture of your lips and makes them look really nice, as opposed to a drying liquid lipstick that makes your lips look like shriveled in the Sahara Desert. And if all of that wasn't awesome enough all on its own, because I have been raving about the brand for the last several months and loving on their products, they actually ended up reaching out to me a couple of months ago asking if I wanted to try one of their new color theory kits and if I wanted to film a video tutorial using it for their new Persona YouTube channel. That honestly like blew my mind, because little me with not very many subscribers in this huge makeup community, for them to ask me to contribute something to their new channel was like, I felt so honored. It was such an awesome opportunity. I will link that for you guys in the cards if you want to go and check it out if you haven't seen it already. I do a little day to night tutorial using this guy. But yeah, this is in beauty. I love these shades. Again, the same amazing formula that's in the Identity palette. Definitely would recommend it. If you want a little less of like an overwhelming way to incorporate color into your makeup routine, that's like the whole thing with the color theory kits. You also get a really amazing brush and eyeliner, so highly would recommend it. Again, I just feel super appreciative for the opportunities that have come my way this year. So glad I decided to try this brand out, because it's honestly become one of my favorites. So that is it. Those are the 8 brands I tried out in 2018, and 3 that I said I was going to and decided not to after all. I would love to know, what are your thoughts on these brands? Have you tried any of them before? What are your favorite products? Or are they like on your to-try list? Are you curious about them? Have I just enabled you? Am I a bad beauty blogger or like a great beauty blogger? Also, let me know if you'd like to see me do this again for next year. Like, what are the brands I want to try in 2019? I don't know if there will be 9 of them, much like there was 8 for 2018, but I can try. I can at least come up with a little list. So on that note, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope this video was fun. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. I always really appreciate your support. And again, if you're not subscribed, click the button, come back, hang out here again. We have a good time. And as always, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.